它穿来就比较透。
Okay, so we also have another material. It's lace. Which one do you like?
这个黑色，很漂
Okay,
亮的
we also have black ones. It's very sexy. 然后
再看看我们，
yes.
他又换了一件旗袍。
Yeah, I guess our customer has tried on another one. Okay, it's a black one.
旗袍很漂亮吗？
This one is very beautiful, and we see this one has embroidery on it. 这个上面的刺绣绣的是，
这是手工刺绣。
So one thing very special about it is that this is made all by hand, stitch by stitch.
这相当于中国式的晚礼服。
Okay, so this is a Chinese style evening dress. I guess these are lotus flowers. 这些是荷花吗？
这个是一个凤尾花，
抽象凤尾花，就是这样子。
图案是
So these are flowers.
后背对。
And actually, qipao have many different elements. This one is one that's very long. We also have short ones. And this one is a sleeveless one, but we also have long sleeves or short sleeves. And this one has a high collar, but we have low collar or collar-free ones too. So you can just choose one according to your own flavor. 谢谢。So what's the next step? 这边我们就是抄完布料之后，下一步是要做什么？
实际上就是要去来制作的一个环节。
那我们往前面走。So we also have many other tailors and masters right in the next room. So we are going to discover what they are doing and see the next step.
那我们走进去。制作的。叫开板。
So here we see this tailor is doing something that's called drawing and cutting. So after your dress is chosen, the tailor would draw the pattern on a paper first. So when drawing, we see there are tools such as pen, and here to cut we need a pair of scissors.
开板之后，它剪纸要剪出来之后做裁剪。
那大概这个我们这个环节如果要学的话，要多少年的时间？
哦，这个要很多年，最少要做一个很好的开板式。板式的话，因为我们每件衣服都不一样的，每个客人都有变化。一个好的板式最少10年。
So Mr. Zhou told me, in order to be a master or a tailor, still at this step you have to practice for at least 10 years.
而且还要悟性。
所以下一步是 What's the next step?
这是制作的缝制。
Okay. So the next step is called sewing. After the material you chose have been cut, then another tailor will sew them together. So here we are. We have a sewing machine, but the master is here sewing it with his hands.
高定的衣服就手工缝制比较多。
对吧？就他不能转过来，对不对？没事，我们先说点不多。那这个真是小心。
这个师傅干这个干了多少年了？
干了40年了吧？对。
So this master has been doing this job for at least 40 years.
是。今年多大？50几岁。
Okay, so he started to learn this when he's still very young, less than 20 years old.
这里我们正好一个在。
So after sewing, we have another step, and here I've discovered another customer.
这是我们一个客人在给他妈妈做一件衣服。
Okay, so he is actually here making a qipao for his mother.
然后就这么远。
吴先生好，
你好。
能给我们介绍一下您现在在做什么吗？
我是这样，就是8月16号是我妈妈60岁的生日，然后在这里面我希望给她定制一个定制的礼物送给她。
So he is actually here preparing a secret gift for his mother's birthday. And I noticed even though he's left-handed, he's actually trying to do something on the qipao.
他一起参与制作了一个环节，给他妈妈来做。
这个环节是在那个
不用往下
做领子。
So he is actually working on the collar.
中国人讲衣服就是讲领子是最重要的。
为什么领子是最重要的？
这个
领子跟袖子代表了当初代表一种身份。那么制作环节当中做领子也是最难的。
So actually, collar making is one of the most difficult steps in qipao making.
才掌握精髓。
Is it difficult? 吴先生，您觉得这个难吗？缝起来
？So difficult.
So difficult. Okay. So Mr. Wu told us it's so difficult, but he really enjoys it because it's a secret one for his mother. So I guess if you guys come here, you can also enjoy sewing it yourself. And because we mentioned to make a traditional qipao, you have to be measured. 36 numbers of your body should be measured. But if you're far away, if you're abroad, you can still make for yourself. You can just send the major statistics to our masters here, and they could design one for you. Because Mr. Hu's mother didn't come here. It's a secret gift for his mother. And he just brought some numbers here. So these are the major steps of qipao making. And for those who have just joined us, we are Xinhua News Agency, broadcasting live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are now here traveling along China's longest river, Yangtze River, and today we are in a qipao store in Shanghai. We are here exploring the beauty of qipao and how to make one.
这是一件结婚的旗袍，绣了一个凤，新娘子的旗袍。
So this is a qipao. It's a wedding gown. And this one is very special because this is a phoenix. It's embroidery and made completely by hand, stitch by stitch. We can see the needle is right in the master's hand. 师傅您好，能给我们介绍一下这个？那这个大概您这个绣您知道大概要多久时间吗？
这种盘金的话要1个多月，对，1个月1个半月左右吧。
So, to embroidery, this embroidery actually takes at least 1 month and a half.
盘金绣以前也是中国的皇家工艺。
所以就是以前的皇室才会穿。
对，金一般的也是皇室穿的，就我们是从龙宝工艺当中转化的。
So actually, this pattern is not only special for this wedding gown, this is also a special technique at this store. This store not only makes qipao, but also makes dragon robe. It's an intangible cultural heritage. So now let's follow Joe's step to discover what the dragon robes look like. 我们看一下龙袍吧。这个是闪光的。
这比较硬，这是中国做的，我们做的龙袍。
So the dragon robe is right here.
刚才的旗袍的这种盘金的工艺就是从这里来的。
So on this one we see the embroidery, the pattern is a dragon. 这是一个戏服是吗？
不是，是仿制皇帝穿的衣服的。
哦，这就是
故宫皇帝
以前皇帝穿的衣服。
对，戏服没有这么精细的。
So actually, Chinese emperors wore a robe like this. So just now we saw many qipao and the steps to make one. They are quite traditional. So are there any fashionable ones we can put on? Here we have discovered one that's made of jeans. So this one is sleeveless and it's a little bit shorter than the ones we just saw.
牛仔旗袍。
So if you are not if you're not used to silk, can come here and pick one that's made of jeans. And we also have some leather on the shoulder. And not only girls, ladies can come here and pick one for yourself. I think gentlemen can also come here and pick one like this. We also have embroidery on them too. So actually I'm going to make a qipao for myself because they're really beautiful. And and I do suggest you guys to come here and pick one for yourself. So this wraps up this episode of Yangtze Life, and with these beautiful qipao and these beautiful embroidery, I do suggest you guys to also travel along the Yangtze River and discover the sceneries, stories, food, and culture along the Yangtze River. I'm Wenji. Bye. welcome to this episode of Yangtze Live. I'm Wenji with Xinhua News Agency. Along our journey to explore the Yangtze River, China's longest river, we have now come to Shanghai, where the river goes into the sea. And today we have come into a qipao making store. So today we are going to enjoy the charm of qipao and discover how a qipao is made. And to better know about qipao and the procedures to make a qipao, we are here joined by a master, Mr. Zhu. Hello, Mr. Zhu.
Hello.
先生您好。
你好。
So say hello to our audience.
你好。
Okay. So this is the qipao store, and we've discovered a customer here. So let's ask Mr. Zhu, what's the first step to make a qipao? 所以做qipao第一步我们要做什么？
第一步就是选款式。
Okay, so the first step is to pick a dress that you like the most. Then,
那现在就在选好款式之后再量尺寸。
okay, so the second step is what we are seeing here. We are measuring the customer's body. So how many steps or what are the figures we should get from measuring? 我们需要得到多少个尺寸？
36个尺寸。
Okay, so we have to get 36 numbers by measuring.
因为旗袍它是收身的。
Okay, so because a qipao actually shows the beauty of your figure, and it should fit your figure the most. 那主要是哪几个方面的？
胸围，腰身，那个臀围，然后领子的领圈、领高，袖子的长短，都需要每一个细节都要量出来，长度都要量出来。
Okay, so every detail should be measured, including the collar, the sleeve, the chest, waist, the leg. It's every detail. So this is also another master. She is just here measuring her body. Okay, so after measuring, what should we do? 在量完尺寸之后，我们要做什么？
就选样子、选料，在这里，这个是一个选样子的过程。那么，首先是把样子选好。样子呢有各种各样的款式。
Okay, so here we have a book of different styles of qipao. So besides trying it on, you can also choose one from the book.
客人是根据自己不同需要出席的场合来选择他的款式。
So you can choose one according to your need. I guess this one is one that Chinese ladies would choose for their wedding gown.
这个红色中国人经常是用来结婚用的。
And what's this? 这边是什么？
这个是面料本，就是你需要在这个做的衣服当中，在这里选出它的面料。
Okay, so this is a book full of materials, and I see different patterns and different types of materials. Let's ask Mr. Zhou what the differences are.
这个都是真丝的速成面料，
Okay, so these are silk.
用来做绣花旗袍比较多。
Okay, these ones are better for those that have embroideries on them.
像这个后面的就是各种的印花的，这是印花啊。
这些也是真丝的吗？
真丝我们都是用真丝的。
These are also silk ones, but we have different patterns on them. These ones look more traditional.